Let's wake up the body with a few minutes of simple calisthenics. No equipment needed, just your breath and a little space to move. Start with a light march in place. Arms swing naturally. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth if possible. Let's pick up the pace just a little with some high knees here. And if that's feeling good, we'll add arms sweeping out to the side and overhead. The goal is to find the place where you're challenged yet supported. So if overhead arms and high knees feels like a little too much, feel free to go back to your regular march. Great job. Let's prepare to go into our body weight squats here. We want to be sure that our hips and ribs are in alignment and that our feet are parallel or slightly externally rotated. We also want to make sure that we're keeping our chest nice and high, really sitting back into it as if we're sitting into a chair. One last squat here, and then we'll prepare to go into our push-ups. Using a wall, we're going to make sure that our hands are directly under our shoulders, index fingers pointing up towards the sky, and our elbows are tucking in so that we look like an arrow at the end of our range of motion rather than a T. For less intensity here, feel free to step your feet a little closer to the wall. For more intensity, step your feet further away or bring your hands to something elevated like a bench. You can also bring these push-ups down onto the floor on either your knees or your toes. Great job. From here, we're going to bring our hands up and begin marionette crunches, using our side abs to pull the ribs and the hip together, alternating sides as we go. Let's make sure we're staying nice and engaged through the core. We don't want to phone this in. Let's make our body really work for us here. We'll finish these up and allow ourselves to take a nice centering breath as we prepare to go into body weight squats. Here we go, aligned in the feet, chest nice and high, inhaling down, exhaling up. For variation here, we can widen our stance and really externally rotate our feet for a sumo or plie squat. Alternatively, we can bring our feet and our knees together for a narrow squat. This can be a little bit more challenging on the knees, so if it doesn't feel comfortable, feel free to use one of the other variations that we've explored. For now, we're back to our wall or floor push-ups, finding the modification that works best for your body in this practice. Let's do a quick form check here, making sure that we're in a nice plank form from our shoulders to our hips to our heels, that we're breathing comfortably all the way through, using the inhale to lower and the exhale to press up. Last push up here, and we'll prepare to go back into our marionette crunches, reaching the hands up towards the sky or behind the head, making sure we're not putting any pressure on the head here, and we're using our abdominals to really pull the knee towards the elbow and the elbow towards the knee. Sticking to the breathing pattern that we've already established, let's check in with form as we finish up our marionette crunches. Great job. We're going to go into some alternating lunges. We're lunging back just to be a little nicer to the knee, but feel free to take any modification or variation here that suits your body. Whatever we choose, we'll keep the shoulders back and down, the core in alignment and engaged the entire time, using our breath to guide our core engagement. Great job. From here, we're going into plank. I'll be doing mine elevated today. Feel free to do this against the wall, against a bench, or in my case, plyo box, or all the way down on the floor. We can use our hands or our forearms, whatever suits the body best today. Quick form check here. Let's make sure we're in alignment from ear to shoulder, hip to heel, and we're taking nice, deep 360-degree breaths here. Coming out of our plank, let's prepare for another round of alternating lunges. If lunging back worked well for you, we can do that again, but you can also lunge forward or even try some walking lunges if space allows. The modification I've chosen today is more of a long leg as I lunge back, but if you're looking for more of a challenge, feel free to seek the mat with the back knee as you drop down. Either one is great. We're just looking for what works for your body in this practice. Last lunge here, and then we'll be going back into our plank, choosing to either stay elevated or perhaps come down to the floor if we're looking for more of a challenge. You're doing great here. Don't forget to breathe. Big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth if possible, using your abdominals to really support you in this form. All right, friends, that's the end of this plank. We're coming back into position for our lunges. Once again, let's choose the variation that feels most appropriate to this moment. One form choice you can play with here is keeping the torso more upright, which is going to bring this into the quads a little bit more, or leaning the torso forward slightly, which makes this more of a glute and hip exercise. One more lunge on each side and we can be done with these. From here, we're going to head into our final round of plank. You've been doing so great with your plank. I know it's not easy. Let's take a second to just pat ourselves on the back here as we finish up this last round, knowing that you have done such good things for your body with this little fitness snack, and that will continue to build as you go throughout your day. A couple more deep breaths here. You're almost there. Great. Step it forward. You did it. Let's cool the body down. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, hands to prayer. Do that a couple more times here. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling down. Letting your heart rate drop. Coming back to your center. This time we'll bring our arms up and go into some lateral flexion, bending deeply to one side and the other. Really enjoying that side stretch and using the breath to continue to calm the heart rate. Last one here, we're going to come back to center and lower our arms. Come into a bit of a forward fold position, supporting yourself with your hands just above the knees, allowing the back to rest. Breathing in deeply here, finding space in the low spine. And if that's feeling supported, you can begin to walk the hands down, lengthening through the back and just enjoying the release. Bending deeply through the knees here, we'll slowly raise up to standing. You did it. Great job, warrior.